Welcome everybody to another edition of TalkingWithHeroes.com talk show program. I am Bob Calvert, your host, and again behind the camera is Ron Link, retired Army Ranger, 20 years of service to our country. Those of you who've been watching our videos from Iraq, you know we've now left Iraq. We are actually in Kuwait right now, and you know, you've all heard me either in the beginning or end of each of our episodes thanking Embry Riddle Aeronautical University, which is embryriddle.edu, for sponsoring this program. Well, here in Kuwait, there are two Embry Riddle teaching centers, and so we're heading to the first one now in Arifjan, and we're going to be interviewing some of the soldiers, some troops in there that are, you know, doing their courses right now. We're in a car heading there, and we're with the 161st Human Resource Company, two soldiers. Actually, they're United States Army Reserve soldiers, and so what I'd like to do is introduce the first, which is
Staff Sergeant Sharon Grimes.
Yeah, right, I wrote it on the back here. Well, go ahead and introduce yourself. Staff Sergeant.
Hello, my name is Staff Sergeant Sharon Grimes. I am with the 461st Human Resource Company out of Decatur, Georgia. I work here in Kuwait at the LSA, or the Theater Gateway. I am EPS, which is Essential Personnel Services / an ARSENT LNO. We kind of assist the soldiers as they're traveling through, getting them where they need to be, you know, assisting them with travel, when they're going on R&R, emergency leave, TDY, whatever they do. Try to make the process go smoother.
And really, we're civilians, but we're a good example of what you do, because you've kind of taken us from the time we got here, and you've taken us through the whole process, getting us out here, everything. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
So how many years have you served?
I did 6 years on active duty, and the rest of my time of 20 years has been in the United States Army Reserve.
Okay, talk about that. As a reservist, when you come home from deployment, you have what, a job or a business back home?
I do have a job back home that, you know, once we come off deployment, you get like 90 days before you have to return back to work. And they do have to keep your job. There are a few stipulations, but basically now you do come home to your job, and you have raises due. They still have to, you know, that still goes on. So they try to make it as smooth a transition from being deployed and get back into the your regular life, you know, as smooth as possible.
What do you do back home?
I am a certified pharmacy technician, and I work at Kaiser Permanente in Georgia.
Okay, do you have a family back home?
I do. I have two wonderful girls, ages 15 and 18.
Okay.
Just graduated high school.
Cool. What about care packages here? We always ask the soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan, but what about here in Kuwait? Are you getting care packages and letters back home, and what does it mean to you?
Yes, I do, and you know, it's like being away from home is difficult. So when you get a package, it's like Christmas, you know, it's like, wow, you know, I got something in the mail. And here we get a list, you know, they'll send out an email with everybody's name highlighted. And when you see your name on that, it's like, wow. I mean, I don't know, I can't really describe it, you know, but it does something. You're happy, you know, somebody's thinking about you, or I got something other than, you know, buying stuff here for myself.
So the other thing is, I'm wondering, because here in Kuwait, we probably have troops here for a long time.
Yes.
So it's important for people to know that and continue supporting as another unit rotates in, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Why don't you give a shout out to your girls, your family, friends back home?
Oh, hi. I like to say hi to my family. I have my daughter Shannon, my daughter Simone, my sisters Diane, Joyce, and Debbie, and my brother Ronnie, and all my family and friends. Hi, I'm doing great.
Great. Well, thank you for your service to our country. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, now we have the driver. I've been watching this speedometer. I kept hearing about the speed limits out here. Actually, there doesn't seem to be any, but we're not going 100 miles an hour. So, First Lieutenant Edwin Grisham.
Hello everyone, I'm First Lieutenant Edwin A. Grisham. Originally from Midville, Georgia. Graduated from Burke County High School in Waynesboro. Currently, when I'm back in the States, I reside, in the Atlanta area. I've been living there for 10 years now. And a little background information about myself. I graduated from Kennesaw State University. I have a master's in social work. So when I redeploy, my plans are to, work at the VA hospital as a medical social worker, continually to take care of troops. That's my passion, being there for the soldier and the veteran. Here in Kuwait, I work at the Camp LSA Support Platoon OIC. I oversee billeting operations for all the transients that come through, our area that, are redeploying, are going home on leave. I support the unit with transportation as right now. I'm driving, for our DVs. When we have important people to come in town, they need to get to certain places, and we take care of them, look out for them. We also, another area of responsibility is taking care of baggage for the transit soldiers that are coming through. Our area is like an airport, so we store baggage and we escort baggage for the soldiers. And on the care packages, it's really important, to see your name on the mail call list. It just gives you that sense of joy and happiness that, someone, a family, a friend, a loved one is thinking about you at home. It can be something simple like getting your favorite deodorant in a box, or getting your favorite snack because they don't have it over here, and then you get it in the mail. It goes a long way. Have a few more months over, looking forward to finishing the mission here and going back home, getting integrated into the regular life back in Atlanta and back in Georgia.
So do you have currently a job to go back to, or are you going back to pursue that?
Well, currently I just graduated grad school last year before I deployed out here. So I'm in transition to finding another position through the Army Reserves, or either as a civilian, as a medical social worker at the VA hospital. So, I have some options, different routes to go. It's kind of just picking and choosing what's going to be the best fit when I get back.
Okay. Do you have family back home?
Family, I don't have any kids. I'm single. I'm a very family-oriented. My mother, her name's Grisham. She lives in Midville, Georgia. My dad, Leroy Grisham, he's also in Georgia. A lot of my family's in Augusta. I have sisters, 2 sisters and 2 brothers back. I have actually one brother that's also in the military. He's a Sergeant First Class Anthony. So he has over 20 years of service currently. So no kids, but I have a host of family and friends and loved ones that I care about, that I miss, and I'll be back home soon.
So what do I do if some single ladies are watching this and want to meet you? I'm sorry, I had to bring that up,
Well, I'm single, but I am single, so what?
Oh, okay.
So,
So we took care of that, right?
Yeah, I just can't, my girl Nat be kind of mad, so, I just can't put myself out there on the market as of yet. Right now, I'm content.
Okay, that's great. I guess I'd ask you the same question about continuing. American people are doing a great job, but continue doing this as far as supporting you all. Kuwait, Afghanistan, Iraq, really wherever we have people deployed in the country. What would you say to that?
Could you rephrase that again?
To the American people to continue supporting you all.
Oh, of course, no doubt. We need the support of the American citizens in the U.S. because a lot of people on the outside don't realize the sacrifices that soldiers, airmen, seamen, Marines, they don't realize sacrifices that we make You know, coming over here and being away from your family, your whole way of life changes. You know, you give up a lot of freedoms and, you know, a lot of simple things like having a bathroom to yourself or having your own bedroom to yourself. You know, being able to go out and eat at a nice restaurant when you feel like there are lots of restrictions over here, lots of sacrifices. So, you know, when you're over there in the States and sometimes you don't feel like going the extra mile or you feel like giving up, just think about that soldiers that's far away from home and can't quit and can't give up on his fellow soldier, his fellow comrade. So let it be an inspiration, you know. Let us inspire you and you inspire us.
Right. I appreciate all that. So we're now not at 100 miles per hour though. That's what everybody told me when you get on the Kuwaiti highway to keep up with everybody, you have a good time.
Well, actually, you know, it's like 120, you know, km, which is only like 70 miles per hour. That's what the speed limit is. So, you know, I try to, even though the Kuwaitis, you know, the nationals over here, they drive a lot faster. You know, I just try to stay with the flow of traffic and make sure I get over and out of the way when I see someone approaching from the rear.
So there is a speed limit?
There is a speed limit, but, you know, I see a lot of people zooming by and no one getting pulled over.
We adhere to the speed limit. Okay.
What's this city over here on the left? I mean, so far all we've seen really is sand until just now.
Actually, I don't know what city that is. We're not allowed to go in that area.
Okay.
Well, most of those buildings are houses, so yeah, you know, some pretty big houses over here. Yeah, but yeah, we're not allowed to go in that area. It's pretty much from A to B and back to A, you know. That's our route.
You can see the usual mosques pretty much everywhere we go in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Kuwait.
Yes, also, yeah, the month of Ramadan started today, so it's something to keep in mind.
So does that mean maybe that's why there's not a lot of traffic, or what?
Yeah, possibly so, because normally there's more traffic, and surprisingly, I haven't seen anyone speed past me yet. So
yeah, I know, I haven't seen that either.
You know, maybe that has an effect on the drivers today.
So basically, they don't eat anything, drink anything in the daytime? Or?
That 120 sign.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That was the speed limit sign.
Oh, we just saw a speed limit sign. I missed it. How much was it?
120.
It was 120.
20 kilometers.
Yeah, which I'm going 120 right now.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
so playing by the rules.
Well, I appreciate all your help. Appreciate you sharing with the American people, and thank you especially for your service to our country. And,
that's our Calvert. Hi.
Okay, folks. Well, anyway, we're heading to the Embry Riddle Aeronautical University Teaching Center in Arifjan, and then from there, we're going to be going to Camp. Is it Buehring?
Camp Buehring.
Buehring. Gwendolyn, who's the assistant director in Arifjan, is going to drive us to Camp Buehring, and we're going to get to talk to some of the troops that are continuing their education here while deployed through Embry Riddle Aeronautical University. So we'll be back with our next segment inside the Embry Riddle Teaching Center in Camp Arifjan on TalkingWithHeroes.com.